In the spring of 1885, Captain Gustave Lesage stood at the helm of the French frigate Isère, his eyes fixed on the bustling port of Rouen. Below deck, carefully secured within 214 crates, lay a gift unlike any other, the Statue of Liberty. It was a token of friendship from France to the United States, and its journey to America rested squarely on the captain's shoulders. As the crew prepared the ship for departure, Captain Lesage retreated to his cabin and took up his pen. He began a letter to his wife, one of the few comforts during his long voyages.
My dearest Claudine, I have been entrusted with a most extraordinary mission. The great statue, a symbol of freedom, is aboard the Isère. She is silent now, broken into pieces. But when reassembled, she will stand taller than any of us could imagine, both in height and purpose. I feel the weight of history on this ship, and I pray the seas will be kind.
The Isère set sail from France on May 21st, 1885. For the first few days, the winds were gentle and the sea calm. Captain Lesage allowed himself a moment of optimism as he stood on deck, watching the coastline fade into the horizon. But the Atlantic, vast and unpredictable, soon showed its temper. By the fifth day, the skies darkened, and a fierce storm descended upon the ship. Rain lashed against the deck, waves rose like towering mountains, and the wind howled with a fury that threatened to tear the sails apart. "Secure the cargo," Captain Lesage shouted, his voice steady despite the chaos. Below deck, the crew worked tirelessly to reinforce the crates holding the statue's pieces. Hours passed before the storm relented, leaving the ship battered but intact. The following days brought a rhythm of toil and vigilance. The crew took shifts monitoring the cargo and repairing damage to the ship. On calmer nights, Captain Lesage wrote in his journal,
The sea tests us at every turn, yet the crew's resolve remains strong. They know we are carrying more than steel and copper. We are carrying hope, a symbol of liberty that will inspire generations. We must not fail.
On the 12th day, the Isère encountered a drifting vessel, its sails tattered and its crew in distress. Captain Lesage ordered his ship to aid them. Water and provisions were shared, and he took a moment to reassure the other captain.
We all carry burdens at sea, but together we endure.
As the days turned into weeks, the monotony of the voyage set in. The men grew weary of the endless horizon and the relentless work. Yet Captain Lesage kept their spirits alive with stories of the statue's purpose.
Imagine her standing tall,
He told them,
her torch lighting the way for all who seek freedom.
Finally, after 26 days at sea, the Isère approached New York Harbor. The sight of the city brought cheers from the exhausted crew, and Captain Lesage allowed himself a rare smile. Thousands of New Yorkers lined the shores, their cheers echoing across the water. Captain Lesage stood tall on the deck, his uniform crisp despite the long voyage. He watched as the crates were carefully unloaded, each statue piece treated with reverence. An American official approached and extended his hand.
Captain, you and your crew have delivered more than a statue. You've delivered hope.
That night, Lesage wrote his final letter of the journey.
Claudine, the mission is complete. Though the statue will not rise for some time, her pedestal is still unfinished. I can see in the faces of the people here how much she already means to them. She is a promise of freedom and friendship, one that will outlive us all. As I stand on this foreign shore, I feel a part of me will always remain with her. I wish you could see her one day, standing tall, her torch lighting the way for generations to come.
Months later, back in France, Captain Lesage learned of the statue's unveiling. Though he was far from New York, he imagined her standing proudly on Liberty Island, a beacon of hope for all who saw her. He folded his hands, closed his eyes, and whispered a prayer of gratitude for the safe voyage, for the crew's courage, and the enduring legacy of liberty.